The Cleveland Cavaliers are destroying the league right now. Sitting at 49-10, they're not just leading the East, they're the best team in the NBA. A legitimate powerhouse, a real championship threat. And while there are plenty of reasons behind this rise, one player has completely changed everything: Evan Mobley. This isn't the same Mobley from last season. This is a different beast. He's not just making the jump to all-star status. He's forcing his way into all NBA conversations. Look at the numbers: 18.6 points, 9.3 rebounds, 3.1 assists. Impressive, right? But that's not even the scariest part. He's the frontrunner for Defensive Player of the Year. Mobley has turned into a defensive anchor, shutting down offenses and making the Cavs' defense elite. But it's not just his defense. His offensive game has taken a massive leap. More aggression, better shot making, a newfound confidence. This isn't the same Evan Mobley. And because of that, this isn't the same Cleveland Cavaliers. They're coming. And the league better be ready. Just look at his most recent performance. On February 23, 2025 against the Memphis Grizzlies, Mobley dropped 25 points and snagged 13 boards.
Marks of a beauty in the first 5 minutes have not disappointed,
leading the Cavs to a hard-fought 129-123 victory. He was everywhere, locking down the paint, contesting shots, and still finding ways to dominate offensively. And then, there's his career night. December 7th, 2024, against the Charlotte Hornets. 41 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was how he did it. 16 of 23 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. If there were any doubts about his offensive game before, that night erased them. Mobley showed that he's not just a defensive specialist or a complementary piece, he's a legitimate offensive weapon. So, what's different about Evan Mobley this season? The answer is clear. He's leveled up. He's stronger, more confident, and way more aggressive. No longer just feasting on putbacks and lobs, Mobley is creating his shots.
Or you don't want to leave him there. And actually, they're going to change.
Stretching his range beyond the arc and bullying defenders in the post. His footwork, sharper. His touch, smoother. His basketball IQ, on another level. And the Cavs, they're thriving. With Mobley playing like this, they're not just dreaming about a deep playoff run, they're expecting one. If you thought he was a defensive force before, just wait until you see what he's doing this season. At 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, Mobley has always had the tools to be an elite rim protector. But now, he's taking it to another level. Let's talk numbers. His defensive rating sits at 107.4 this season, and he's swatting away 1.6 blocks per game. But stats only tell half the story. Watch any Cavaliers game, and you'll see Mobley completely altering the way teams attack the paint. Opponents are shooting nearly 10% worse than their usual average on shots within 6 feet when he's contesting. That's defensive dominance at its finest. And Mobley isn't just talking about being great, he's expecting it. Last week, he confidently stated that he sees himself as the best player in the league in 5 years.
Best player in 5 years? Maybe me.
And before a recent matchup with Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr., he didn't hesitate to say that DPOY was in his sights. That's the kind of mindset that separates good from great. And let's not forget his impact beyond blocking shots. His presence alone forces players to hesitate, second-guess their decisions, and settle for bad shots. When you have someone like Mobley anchoring your defense, everything changes. So yeah, this isn't the same Evan Mobley. This is a player evolving into a defensive superstar right before our eyes. And if he keeps this up, that Defensive Player of the Year trophy might not be far away. What do you think? Can Mobley win DPOY this season? And if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA breakdowns. Jarrett Allen might still be Cleveland's best post defender, posting an elite 107.3 defensive rating. But Mobley's role has shifted into something even more dynamic. Instead of being locked into matchups in the post, the Cavs are unleashing him as a free safety. He's guarding the opponent's weakest shooter, guys like Russell Westbrook, just so he can roam, disrupt, and wreak havoc. His ability to read the game allows him to hover between multiple threats, cutting off passing lanes, contesting shots, and providing elite help defense. But here's the thing. We already knew Mobley was a defensive monster. What makes this season different is his offensive growth. For the first couple of years, Mobley's offense was mostly about finishing around the rim. He was effective, but predictable. Now, his role has expanded, and it's changing everything for Cleveland. Under coach Kenny Atkinson, Mobley isn't just chilling in the dunker spot anymore. He's starting possessions further out, sometimes even in the deep corner, forcing defenses to respect him as a cutter and improving the Cavs' overall spacing. And his shooting? That's where things get interesting. He's taking more threes, 3.5 per 75 possessions, more than double his previous volume, and he's hitting them at a respectable clip. Over the last 2 seasons, he's knocked down 38.6% of his catch-and-shoot threes, which means defenders have to think twice before leaving him open. That alone changes the way teams have to guard Cleveland. Mobley's ball handling is another major leap. He's running more pick and rolls, attacking mismatches, and showing real improvement as a playmaker. His face-up game is getting smoother, and while his post game is still developing, his dribble attacks, spins, and hooks make him a legitimate scoring threat. And in transition, this dude is looking like a mini Giannis. His combination of size, speed, and handles makes him a nightmare to stop on the open floor. Whether he's finishing at the rim or making the right pass, he's creating high-quality offense in ways he simply wasn't before. Right now, he's shooting just 36% from mid-range, ranking in the 21st percentile among all players. If he can develop a consistent 15 to 18-foot jumper, it'll completely unlock his offensive potential. Defenders won't be able to sag off, opening up more driving lanes and making him even deadlier in pick-and-roll situations. We always knew he was a defensive force. His ability to guard multiple positions, protect the rim, and rotate seamlessly makes him one of the most versatile defenders in the NBA. But now, he's more than just a defensive anchor. He's becoming an offensive weapon. The Cavaliers' offensive rating ranks among the best in NBA history, and Mobley's development plays a major role in that. His improved ball handling, shooting touch, and playmaking have made him a true two-way threat. He's not just finishing plays anymore, he's creating them. His ability to shift between power forward and center makes Cleveland's lineups incredibly flexible. When paired with Jarrett Allen, he can roam defensively, using his instincts to disrupt opponents while also providing a reliable scoring option. But in small ball lineups, when he's the lone big, that's where his growth is most evident. With more spacing, he's thriving, maintaining elite defensive impact while becoming more dangerous as a scorer and facilitator. And here's the scary part. He's only 22. So yeah, this is not the same Evan Mobley. He's still the defensive juggernaut we all knew, but now he's elevating his game on the other end of the floor. And the Cavaliers? They're reaping the rewards, emerging as one of the most well-rounded teams in the league. But what do you think? Is Mobley ready to take home Defensive Player of the Year? Can he help lead the Cavs on a deep playoff run? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more NBA content.